Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Gilman, your media specialist, and this is a tech tools session on how to use a really neat website called Schoology.com. Now, if you have a Facebook page, then this should be really easy for you to use because it's set up just like Facebook. So if your teacher or a club sponsor or coach has asked you to join their Schoology course, the first thing that you'll need to do is sign up for an account. So what you need to do, and you can actually do this while I'm going over this with you, is open up an Internet Explorer page and type in Schoology.com. So go ahead and do that really quickly. And one little trick that you can use so you can watch this as you are setting up your page is you can take the screen and take your cursor where you see mine is, and you can actually throw the screen to the right and then open up another screen and then throw it to the left so that you're able to watch the steps that you need to take as well as do it at the same time. So by now you should be on a Schoology.com page, and if you click sign up, it will prompt you to click student, which is what you are, and your parent can have access to this as well. And then your teacher should have given you some weird code of like a combination of letters and numbers. So you would just copy that code into here. So go ahead and get that code from them. I'm just copying a sample course. And then you'll click continue. And then it should log you into, or it should take you to this screen where it asks you for your first name and last name. So it's important that you get this information correct. So go ahead and type in your first name and your last name. So you're doing this as I'm going over this with you. And then you can type in an email address. I'm just going to look one up. Of course, we'll put your real one. Then you do your password, a password that you'll remember. It's probably a good idea to start saving your passwords in all the same places. And then if you want to receive updates from Schoology, you can keep that clicked. If not, you can unclick it. And then you click register. Alright, now once you click register, you're going to be taken to this screen where it actually takes you on a tour of Schoology. So you could go ahead and do that. Click next to start the tour. Now this shows you right here, here are your courses. So right now we're in one course. If another teacher asked you to join their course, you would click the join button and then you would type in a new access code. So you could go into each course separately. Okay. You've also got groups. Now groups could be for your clubs, for your sports team, so your teacher would tell you whether or not it's a group or a course that you want to join. So you click join if it's a group and then you type in the access code. Your resources. This is really neat because if you ever have to work on something at home that you started at school or vice versa, you can actually save your document into this resources tab, and only you can see this tab, but it allows you to it's your own little personal My Documents, if you will. And that way you can open it up from home and then save it back in the resources once you've made some changes, and you can get to it from any computer. Next, it shows you your messages. Now, you can actually send messages to other students. You just type in their name into the inbox. You can send it to your teacher. So that's another neat feature. And then you've got your profile, which you can actually click here. You can edit your profile. First thing you want to do is go ahead and upload a picture, and then you can go from there. And you want to make sure that your picture is of you and that it is school appropriate, of course. So make sure that you follow those instructions. Next thing, you'll see this accounts menu. It shows you if you have any notifications, like if somebody responded to a post that you put up, or if your teacher gave you an update. You can click on account settings so that you can set up for how you want to be notified when certain things happen in the course. Privacy, you want to make sure you set that up so that only Schoology users can see your account. And then, of course, you can log out. So this looks very, very much like Facebook. The next thing it's going to show you is upcoming things that are going on. So if you have several different classes and you've got assignments posted on here, it'll show you when certain things are due. So in this fake class that I have an example assignment that you have to complete. I have a quiz, right, a discussion. So that shows you what things to watch out for. It helps you stay organized. In recent activity, this will show you any updates posted to your course, to your groups, to your school. So all of your courses will appear here if there's any new updates or your groups. So if you have Facebook, this is very similar to a news feed. So that'll appear on your homepage. Now, grades and attendance is not something that you're going to use in this course. Calendar, you always want to check your On My Calendar site. That's where most of that's going to be posted. People, these will be people that you know. And then if you click back at home, it takes you back to the page where you have your, like we said, news feed. Okay, so here I have my course, which I can click right here on my course. I see that my teacher has posted, don't forget to bring your textbook tomorrow. And so this, if I have the app on my smartphone, which you would probably want to download if you have a smartphone, this would actually be texted to you, a neat way to remember things. So I could click on courses up here, and then I could go to Pre-AP Language Arts. This is one of my courses. And when I go into the course, I see I have assignments, I've got quizzes and tests. I have files and links, which is my teacher may post some files and links on here. But of course, most of the things that he or she posts will be on the On My Calendar site. I've got discussions that I need to participate in, so I can see upcoming things that are due in this course. I have a discussion due on Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. And Schoology keeps track if you turned in something late or not. There is a timer on here, so you want to make sure that you turn things in on time. Albums, your teacher may have this feature on here just where she may upload some pictures, or he may upload some pictures. And then the pages right here is sort of like a blog where your teacher may have something written on there. So the main thing you'll probably be using this for is, of course, looking at your announcements. Your teacher will probably have a picture for your course here. And so you click on assignments, and you notice that there's 2 items. So you've got 2 different assignments to do. If you want to see the assignments in the past, like say you missed an assignment and you have to go back and make it up, you click on that. So here's a sample assignment that your teacher already has posted. And so when you click into the assignment, it says, okay, they'll have their directions here, and then you can click, have your post in here. There's going to be a way where you can attach a document, and then you would click over here, submit assignment, and it'll give a minute for the computer to load. And this is where you'll actually submit the assignment. So right over here, what I just showed you, this is where you could ask questions about the assignment down here, but then you actually want to submit it. Then you can say, okay, my assignment is attached. You would write that in there, and then you'd attach, click the file button, and you'd attach, whatever it is your assignment is, and then you click submit, okay? And then that's going to submit your assignment. It'll keep track of what time you submitted it, and then your teacher can grade it online and can actually send it back to you and tell you certain things to change, and then you can resubmit the assignment. So this would be a cool tool that you could use with turning in papers if your teacher wants you to do it this way. And that way, if they make comments on your papers, you can easily access that and then go back and resubmit. So that's the assignments feature. If you go back to the language arts, you see right here there's these little trails at the top. And you click on discussion. This may be something that your teacher may take advantage of, are these discussion posts. So just like maybe you do a journal entry in class or an actual conversation in class, this takes the conversation outside of the classroom. So your teacher may have a topic here, and you would respond to your topic. And then you could upload even a file or a link like, oh, and I found this video that shows, this point. You want to make sure you check this video with your teacher before you post it. So you've got those options. And then you hit post. And you'll notice that it says your comment is pending moderator approval. So you want to make sure that everything you post is appropriate, and your teacher is going to check that by checking under her moderation page on her site or his site, and then approving your post. So once he or she approves your post, it'll appear down here, and then you'll be able to respond to each other. So it'll have your picture with your post, and then if you're familiar with Facebook, there'll be a little reply button or a like button, and then your classmates can reply to you. But everything that you post will be moderated first. So that's another neat tool that you may use with Schoology. And again, just hitting back on this resources up here, this is a neat place for you to save. You can add your resource, add it as a file. You can even put them in different folders, and that way you never have to send home something to yourself to work on at home. Again, you have it just all in here. You just log into your Schoology account, and you are good to go. And then you'll see right here, I have a little update here, right? And I see that this course posted a sample post, so if I ever want to see what's going on, it'll tell me up here what's happening. Here I've got some requests if people want to connect with me on Schoology, and then I can again click over here. Go ahead and click on privacy. Let's go ahead and get your privacy set up. And you only want people in your school to see this stuff, or if you don't want anyone to see your email address, you just click there. So you decide how you want to set up your privacy. Don't go past this. You don't want everyone to be able to see your updates. So let's stick with the school or with no one, or just Schoology users, just to be safe. And then you can go ahead and click Account Settings, and this is where you can select. You can have a username. You can have an alternative email. You can connect to Twitter, to Google. You can share the Schoology calendar, but again, all of your updates are going to be on your online calendar through the PRHS website. You can select advanced here for uploading things. You can merge your accounts if you have other Schoology accounts, which you shouldn't. And that just gives you a little bit of information about that. Now, notifications, go ahead and click on that. And I believe you can still get to that from here too, notifications. And if you want to be emailed every time a course update is posted, then click on, and it's probably a good idea. Or anytime there's a comment on an update, probably want to turn that off because that's going to get excessive. If anyone comments on your post, it may be fun to see through email. Or if your teacher creates course content, you may want to turn that on. So that way you'll be notified when there's an assignment posted. So you can pick and choose, what you want to be on or off when you receive messages through your personal email. I would make sure that this is definitely on, this receive private messages. And then you hit Save Changes. And then you are almost ready to go. You just need to set up your profile. So if you click on your name, it should take you to your profile where you can add your photo. Again, make sure that your photo is of you or you will be deleted from the course. You can write a short bio, make sure it's appropriate, and then you can add your activities and interests to that as well. And then your classmates you'll be able to see once they join. So Schoology.com, really neat tool for you to use for your classes that you can join through here. You can upload assignments electronically if your teacher wants you to. You can participate in discussions. You can email your teacher, right? You can click New Message, and then this will go straight to your teacher's school email, so you can actually type in Mrs. Gilman, and it should find me if you are connected with me, which it may not. Let me try that again. You must not be connected to me yet. But once you are connected with your teacher, you can really just hit Enter, and then the name will appear there. You have a subject, you can upload files, and then click Send. So hopefully you will have a chance to use this tool in your classrooms. And if you have any questions about this this website, please come see Mrs. Gilman and the Media Center. You can also go to youtube.com, and there are lots of Schoology tutorials that you can watch as well that goes into a little bit more depth than this one. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next tech tool session.